Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a bonus video for those of you that are subscribed and watch every video. For those of you that aren't subscribed and don't watch every video, that's cool. Welcome to the Boosted John YouTube channel. Today, you're going to learn exactly what you came here for because you probably found this video in the YouTube search function. And I promise that by the end of this, you are going to fully understand how to wire in a boost, high-low boost switch. And also the information that you're gonna be learning in this video is going to be relevant to teaching you how to do flat foot shifting, rolling anti-lag, anything like that. This is gonna work and apply, this system's gonna work and apply to all of those. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and first show you around the car, show you exactly where everything is laid out. So when you see my diagram that I drew, everything will make sense. And then we're gonna come over here to the whiteboard where I have drawn a diagram, listed all the pinouts, and I'm gonna explain how everything is supposed to be wired. And I promise it's gonna make complete sense to you because I'm someone who needs to understand exactly how everything works in a system or in something before it clicks for me. And I'm gonna make sure that by the end of this, you fully understand everything that's going on. To have a low-high boost switch in Hondata S300, setting it up in SManager, I promise this video is gonna answer every question that you have. Here we go. Thing number one, here's my EG. This car will be coming with me down to Florida in just like 2 weeks to go drag racing. I'm setting it up for a little low-high boost switch. Yeah, I got the big-ass switch because I want to write on it like, oh shit, a Hellcat, or like, oh snap, the McRib's back at McDonald's, right? Like, high boost. All right, anyway, basically the switch is here. My ECU is over there. Lots of wires coming out of it. I'm gonna show you that in a second. And over here, behind the switch, we only have 2 wires. The black wire goes to ground. I ran the wire through here. Let me see if I can turn on a flash for you guys. Nice, we got flash. Okay, so I ran the black wire through there, under the footwell, and I have it grounded to my steering column, to my steering column bracket with an eyelet on the end of the wire. I've grounded a few other things there. It seems to work well. So that's my ground. I promise this is gonna make sense to you once I show you the diagram that I drew up over there on the whiteboard, but I just want you guys to see everything so you understand. So the black wire goes to ground. The white wire goes from the switch back through there, above the pedals, across to the passenger footwell through that hole, and to the ECU. At the ECU, I have that same white wire. I know there's a lot going on here. I promise this will make sense. I have that same white wire. It's this one right here that I'm holding, spliced into pin B5. So it's the middle connector, 5th pin. It's a blue wire with a red tracer. I just have it spliced in. I haven't finalized it yet because I just got it working. I still got to solder it all together. And this one here, it's something totally different. But that is my setup. Black wire to ground, white wire to ECU, pin B5 just spliced in. I could cut B5. I could absolutely completely cut the wire. That would be totally okay. And just wire the white wire into the ECU side of pin B5. That would work as well, but I just chose to leave it how it is. I just stripped some insulation back. It's probably how I'm gonna leave it. The next thing that you need to see is Hondata. If you go to the boost control parameters tab in Hondata, okay, we're under boost control. You have to have boost by gear to be able to do this. So you have to have PWM components in your ECU. If that doesn't make sense, there's gonna be another video for you on boost by gear and PWM somewhere else on YouTube. This is not that video. This video is assuming that you already have PWM components installed and are set up for boost by gear. The next thing you're gonna do is come down to low-high boost control. It's gonna naturally be set to disabled. When you click here, it's gonna show you all of your pinout options. We're gonna go over these in a second at the whiteboard, but you have always on, don't use that. You have B5 for the air conditioning switch. You have B8 for power steering pressure switch or power steering pressure, whatever. You have D4 for service connector switch. Don't use that either. That's for your check engine light. You have D2 for your brake switch. You can totally use that. Use that if you'd like. You can even cut it. It's not gonna affect your brake lights. Don't worry about it. D6 for VTEC pressure. Unfortunately, my ECU does not have that, or like my harness does not have this wire. I could pin into it and it would work just fine. But my harness doesn't have that, so I opted to go for B5 air conditioning switch. I'm gonna go ahead and select my B5 air conditioning switch option, and I'm gonna leave it as is. I have duty cycle values in both boost tables, low and high, both filled in. So with what I've shown you so far, boost by gear works and my switch worked. I'm gonna show you exactly how to test the switch to make sure that it is working properly in just a moment. Let's go over the whiteboard so I can show you the diagram real quick, because if I didn't answer your questions just now, I promise I'm gonna answer them at the whiteboard. All right, guys, here's our diagram. This is my steering wheel. That's my boost high-low switch. That's my ECU, as you can see. And I just listed out the pinouts here just so we have them for reference. Basically, as you guys know, there's a ton of wires coming out of your ECU. These are the only ones that matter for this scenario. That's all you need to think about, and that's all you need to worry about. The idea here is that each one of these is looking for ground. So think about it like this. In order for these switches to turn on, for the ECU to think that these are turned on, electricity has to come out of the ECU. And if it's not connected to ground, that switch is going to be turned off. The second you ground the wire at that pin, that switch is going to register turned on. So, one sec here, check this out. So you can see here in Hondata, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the car. Car's on. I'm going to go ahead and start. Oh, I got to connect the cable. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start getting live data from Hondata. Okay. You can see here, AC switch. That's the one that I've chosen for my boost switch. It's currently registering off because the switch is in the off position. Obviously, mine's all set up, so it's gonna work properly. But I'm gonna go ahead and flick the switch, and you'll see that that blue dot will illuminate. And sure enough, AC switch on. Okay, that's important. Let's turn it off, and AC switch off. Perfect. Working as it should. So I just showed you guys how to test it. We'll circle back on that in a moment. Okay, so basically all I did was I grounded pin B5. I grounded the wire coming out of B5. Think about this concept as if you're completing the circuit. Basically until let's just talk about B5 only. Say we're talking about B5 only. Say this is the wire that's coming out of pin B5 in the ECU, and this wire is not grounded. That's an open. This circuit is not complete, it's an open. With the circuit being open, the switch in Hondata is going to register as being off. In order for that switch to turn on, in order for the switch in Hondata to say on, for pin B5 AC switch, it needs to be grounded. So the way that this whole system works, check this out. It's gonna be really sweet when you see it all laid out. Right now, I have the bottom side of my switch grounded, as we showed underneath the steering column. Let's here, I'll even draw it out as it is in the car. So it's grounded like right here, okay? The on side goes over the pedals, goes to B5, okay? So that's the circuit. That is the circuit. When this switch is off, it is creating a break or an open in the circuit. That's as if the wire was just completely cut, and as we said before, not grounded, switch is going to show off in Hondata. That's what a switch does. When it's in the off position, it's basically creating an open in the circuit. When you turn the switch on, it's going to, at this location, complete the circuit. So with the switch turned on, that means we are completing the circuit to ground B5. Nice. That's the whole thing. That's really all you have to do to install this and get it to work. You just have to ground one of these pins, and you have to do it on a switch. So therefore, the ECU knows, okay, if it's off and B5 isn't grounded, we want low boost. If B5 is grounded and the switch is turned on in Hondata, then the ECU knows, okay, B5 AC switch is turned on. That means we want high boost. That's how it works. It's actually very simple. I was personally overcomplicating this, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. That is all you have to do for the circuit. Ground one of these and put a switch in the circuit. That's it. I hope this diagram helps. Again, like I said earlier, the best way to test is to start looking at live data in Hondata. Turn on your ignition. Obviously, your ignition is on to look at live data. And then simply flick your switch. And if your input turns blue, you did it right. That's really all there is to it. If you have any questions or would like to follow the rest of this build and see me take it down to Florida and do some drag racing, I'm gonna make my first ever 11-second pass in this car. As you can see here, 11.99. That's the goal. I think we're gonna crush it, but I've never been in the 11s before, so I'm setting a realistic goal for myself. With that said, good luck with your builds. I appreciate you guys liking the video and clicking subscribe. Yeah, that was a pain to figure out for me, but figuring it out opened up a lot of possibilities for cool stuff we can do with tuning. So as I always say, let's remember to plan, commit, execute, and attain our goals. Bye.